Know thyself. God is not a person, place, or thing. It's an infinite intelligence that resides inside of your brain. The head is heaven, and God is here because the universe is mental. This is where God resides. Everything is created from a thought, and that's why everybody has a pineal gland. The sides of the head region are referred to as the temples. Temp equals place of worship. El equals ancient Canaanite name for God. The head is the temple of God. So if this was your head, this would be your temple on one side, and on the other side of the head would be the other side of your temple. In the middle resides your third eye, because you have two eyes to look and one eye to see. Luke 17:12. The kingdom, dome, key word, of God and within you. Now, if you switch the word within, then you're going to come back to high twin, because you are not the body. You are the infinite intelligence that's inside of the body. So you got a physical body and you got a spiritual body. So it's two of you. So this is the higher self, the high twin that's inside of you, because the head is heaven. And most people are moving for their lower self, and they don't understand that they're divine beings because they haven't dived in, because they're looking outside of their self for external God. But everything that you're looking for is inside of you. That's why you have to sit down and listen. Listen. Because when you silent, you can listen. Listen transfers to silent, because meditation is listening to the higher thoughts. But people don't understand this because they don't sit down and listen and be in silent and spend time with their self, because they're too distracted by the things just in the material world. Matthew 18:9. It is better for you to enter life with one eye than to have two eyes and be cast into the fury of hell. So if you're looking around, then that means that you're already in hell, because the heel means hell and the head means heaven. And if you're unable to control your sexual urges, which is the bottomless pit, because this looks like a snake and the snake represents wisdom. So if you can't control your sexual urges, then that means you're losing your wisdom, because you're living from the bottom of the pit, just releasing your seed, when your seed is to reproduce, procreate, raise it back to the brain, get it out of hell, go up Jacob's ladder, and get to the heart. You see, the heart is the middle of the body, just like earth is the middle of the universe. It's the soul of the universe, earth. So if you take the H off of earth and put it in front of the E, it's going to be heart, because it's in the middle. So the heart is the highest vibration. Then you got to go up to the head, which is heaven. The head is heaven. That's why it's called the holy spot, because it got the most holes in it. Now, as you can see, this the left hemisphere of the brain, this the right hemisphere of the brain, and in the middle, you have the third eye. That's what these same pillars mean. Left hemisphere, right hemisphere of the brain, and then the third eye. It's telling you all these things. The Holy Grail represents your head, because your head is the holy spot, because it has the most holes in it. You got 2 holes in your eyes, 2 holes in your nose, 1 hole in your mouth, and 2 holes in your ear. So the purpose is to activate the eye of Horus. You see, the eye of consciousness. Horus is the sun. Sun equals soul. You are an eternal sun soul. The single eye is the symbol of the soul. Eye of the soul. The 5 senses of the soul. You have 5 senses of smell, sight, hearing, taste, and touch. But we're supposed to be using our thought in the third eye, the mental plane, using this. But everybody is distracted by the 5 senses of seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, and touching, because they're distracted by all the things in this material world. Know thyself. We are multi-dimensional infinite consciousness incarnated in a physical body for a period of intense experience on the road of evolution. We do not die because we cannot die. Energy is consciousness, and energy cannot be destroyed, only transferred into another expression of itself. When you realize that you are not your physical body, but the infinite internal consciousness giving life to the body, your vision of yourself and your potential is expanded beyond measure. The essence of your being in every cell within your body is inherently multidimensional. However, your consciousness awareness has been conditioned to navigate within the confines and constraints of the three-dimensional matrix. 2 Corinthians 4:18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, means temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. You can't see your soul, you can't see your mind, you can't see your thoughts, you can't see your consciousness, so that means it's eternal. So when you die of the physical form, because you are not this body, you're the consciousness that's inside of the body goes back to the macrocosm, because we are all microcosms of the macrocosm. And the macrocosm is the universe as a whole, and the microcosm is the universe broken down into individual pieces. Your body has to return, because you don't own anything on this planet. You don't own your house, you don't own your car, you don't own your girlfriend, you don't own your mama, you don't own your daddy, you don't own your kids. All that has to be left behind, even this body. So your body returns back to the earth, which is the macrocosm, and your consciousness leaves the body, which is eternal, and it returns back to the source, which is the sun, the solar system, to give the source all the consciousness and information and knowledge that you have downloaded while you're on the planet, to expand consciousness. Because as humanity evolves, civilization evolves, consciousness evolves, technology evolves, everything is evolving, and earth is the evolution of consciousness, because the consciousness is raising, and people need to understand that God is inside of you and not outside of you, because it's just consciousness. I love you all. Ashe.